Hello everyone. Today I will explain the concepts of archiving and compression. Archiving means combining the multiple files into single file. It doesn't reduce the file size, but it makes storage and file transfer easier. Compression means reducing the file size using algorithms. It saves disk space and speeds up file transfer. To archive files, we use tar command. To compress the files, we use Gzip. Let's see. Tar, full form is tape archive. Tar command is used to archive the files. Okay, we have few options when we use the tar command. If we want to create a archive file with the tar command, we use tar -cvf archive file name and list out file names that can be archived. See, tar-cvf backup.tar file1.txt file2.txt. Here backup.tar is archive file name. It can be anything. Here you can see options -c vf. C for create, V for verbose, F for file name. It creates archive file. Verbose is an optional here. Verbose means it shows progress, what is happening in the background. Okay, this command creates an archive file. If we want to extract the archive file, we use tar-xvf archive file name. X means extract an archive. See, gzip. Gzip command is used to compress the files. Gunzip, it decompress the files. To compress the file, we use this command gzip file name file.txt. Gzip command, it converts the file into compressed file. The extension is gz. So compression file will be replaced with, sorry, original file will be replaced with compression file. Gunzip, it uncompress or decompress the compressed file to original file. Generally, we use two functionalities in one command. With the tar, we specify these options: tar-cz-vf. C for create archive file, Z for compress the file, V for verbose, F for file name. Next, specify the archive file name, list out files. Those can be archived. Truncate. Truncate statement. This command we use to reduce the file size. Suppose if I want to set a file size to 0 KB, then we can use this command truncate -s size -s 0 file name. It sets 0 KB. Next, if we want to set some other size, then use this command truncate -s specify the size, how much size you want to maintain for the file. 1 MB, mention the file name. It sets file size to 1 MB. Let's see practically this all commands. Connect to the Linux server. Yeah, let's connect to the Linux server. use sh-p22 ubuntu at host name or IP address of Linux server. Ubuntu is here, username. Okay, connect to the root user, switch to root user, sudo su, list out files with the size ls-ltr h. Can use simply ls-lh. Here you can see the file size in human readable format. H for human readable. Sys log backup. This file size is 500 KB. syslog.1 file size is 498 KB, around 500 KB. Okay. We use tar command to archive files. We just use these two files. Let's see the difference. Tar hyphen cvf and archive file name test archive dot tar space. What are the files to be archived? We need to mention those file names here. syslog.1 space syslog backup. Okay. I'm going to archive these two files. Simple, right? Tar hyphen cvf. C for create archive file. V for verbose, F for file name. Let's execute this command. Here I can see details syslog.1, syslog bkp. These two files were archived successfully. Can you list out ls-ltr? We use ls-lh. LTR H also you can use. Here you can see test archive file created with 1 MB. Okay, but size was not reduced. File size was not reduced. Okay, we will try to archive few more files without using verbose option. Let's see the result, how it will be. Test archive to give some file names here. Sample.log. We can archive files and directories also. So take this test directory, specify one more file. Hmm. Here you can see three files. So directory is also one of the file in Linux system. We can archive files and directories. Enter. We have not seen information. What are the files what archived without verbose? Those information will not be displayed. If you want to see that information, use V cvf hyphen cvf. Change this file name to 3. Here you can see this information, right? This is the difference with use verbose option without using. So with use, you can see this information. If we don't use V verbose option, then it will not list out any information. Okay. How can we extract? Let's copy this tar file to some other location and extract it. Move it to cp. Copy this file to temp directory slash temp. Okay. Switch to temp. Sorry, slash temp directory. It is in root directory, so we should use slash ls hyphen lh. Here you can see test archive.tar file copied to the temp directory. How can we extract it? I want to see whatever files inside this archive file inside in tar file. How to extract it? Tar hyphen xvf. Use this archive file name. It extracts the tar file. List out the files now. Here you can see syslog backup, syslog one. Fine. Can we use gzip command to compress the archive file? We try to compress this file. Gzip, use this file name. So before the file size was 1 MB. Now let's see lhtr ltrh. What is the file size now for this archive file? 133 KB. Earlier it was 1 MB. This file size was compressed after using zip command. Zip archive file name, it compressed. So file size reduced by using gzip command. Okay. Can we use gzip or else can we compress the files individually? Yes, we can compress. Let let's compress this syslog backup file. Gzip, use this file. So original file will be replaced with compressed file. Okay. I'm not giving any name to the gzip. So gzip command automatically compress this file and replace the compressed file. Let's execute here. So original file got replaced by the compressed file ls-ltr. Here you can see syslog bkp.gz. There is no original file. The original file was compressed and it was replaced by the compressed file. How can we uncompress it or decompress? We use gunzip. Gunzip, use the compressed file name here. It decompresses. Yes, it decompressed. Let's see the details of this file. Yeah, this was original file name, right? It came back. You can see the file size. What was the file size before? 4 KB, 500 KB, sorry. After compressing, what was the file size? It's around 6 KB. Let me compress it one more time. Now check the file size. 67 KB. After compressing this file, what is the file size now? 67 KB. Original file size was 500 KB. So gzip command compress the file. It reduces the file size using some algorithms internally. Okay. Can we use both statements? I want to archive the files and compress the files at a time. For that, we use a command tar hyphen czvf. Use the file names. What are the files to be archived? So we can zip it. We can use this file also. Hmm. We should specify the archive file name here first. Test archive compress dot tar dot gz. This is the archive compressed file name. Enter. Let's verify whether file is created or not. Here you can see file size also almost 134 KB only. File size reduced and we have archived two files. Let's use truncate. Set 0 KB to the syslog.1 file. The original file size is 498. Let's set to 0 KB syslog.1. Truncate command helps us to clearing the logs. So which files can't be deleted? There we can reduce the file size with the help of truncate command. Permissions, right permissions are not there. Just set chmod all, read, write, execute, give the file name. Let's execute the statement now. What are the permissions for this file? ls-ltr file name. Permissions denied. Okay, switch back to the Ubuntu directory. cd home Ubuntu ls-ltr h. We'll try to use this truncate command here. Truncate hyphen yes 0 file name syslog.1 ls-ltr h. See this file size. What is the file size now? 0. We have set to 0. Similarly, we reduce the file size for syslog backup to we set to 100 KB. The file size is 500 KB now. We just set to 100 KB. Truncate hyphen yes 100 KB means 1000 and is 100K syslog bkp file name. Let's verify ls-ltr h. Use this file name. What is the file size now? 100 KB. It sets to specified file size. Okay. We have learned three commands. Tar command to archive the files with tar hyphen cvf tar file name. We should give the archive file name here. Backup.tar and list out whatever files are required. Those files to be archived. Okay. Next, extract archive file. How to extract? Tar hyphen xvf tar hyphen xvf. Use the archive file name. We can extract the archive file. And how to compress the file? Using gzip. Gzip and use the file name. So the file will be compressed with .gz extension. How to unzip it? Using g unzip sample.3.gz. This is the extension. So the file will be decompressed when we use gunzip command. Truncate. Using truncate, we can set. We can reduce the file size. If I use hyphen yes 0, the file size will be 0 KB. File will be empty. Test.txt. Just use the file name. That's it. These four commands we have run today. 4, 5. Mm. One is for archiving files and extracting the files. Gzip for compressing the file. Gunzip for decompressing the files. Truncate for reducing the file size, clearing the file content. It doesn't delete the file. It deletes only content, file content.